divorce.
You said you're working on it? When? When do you have time to work on it? Because when I leave from work, you're either on a game or sleep, and then when I come back, you're doing the same exact thing.
It's real fucking funny. Because all I smell is some cheap ass fucking perfume. So who the fuck is she? I met this girl at the gym a couple months ago, and she was showing me this app, No Strings. Basically for people who want to get a little sneaky link with no attachments.
I think my wife cheated, you know.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Bitch, I've been calling you all fucking day.
Well, cheers to No Strings. No strings.
Said a bitch is my business, 'cause they don't want it with me, and that's my witness.
So, salutations. How you like them apples? No strings. So sometimes when you want to try to get some payback in your marriage, or you feel you having some difficulties in your marriage, I want you to kind of tune into this movie right here that is directed by our next guest, because it really kind of gets into how you try to find greener grass and you will step into some shit. So now, anywho, with that being said, we're going to get more into that aspect. But I just want to just make sure that you're tuned in, that you're ready, because I'm looking forward to having such a great conversation with a dynamic duo in the film industry, as well as other things as well. So you know, I have to make sure that I keep my bra on so I could present to you and introduce to others, Mike and India Williams. Here we go.
How y'all doing? Nice to meet you.
Now you can speak, Mike. Here you go, Michael India Williams in the building. Thank y'all for being here. You done, spoke through my intro, but that's all right. How are you, by the way? Since you want to spoke through my intro, since you want to speak so badly, how are you, Mike?
I'm good. I'm blessed to be here.
Oh yeah, thank you. That's wonderful.
I'm good.
Yeah. So, but I thank you both for being here, and because I always like to because we definitely go get more into how you are able to work together as husband and wife. Without having separate accounts and stuff. Let me stop being messy. See, I'm starting already. I know I'm starting already. Yeah, so I definitely want to get into that and how you're able to maintain the chemistry on and off work. So I just want to make sure that I get into that, because I'm looking forward to getting your perspective individually and as well as collectively. So yeah, and giving some advice to those who's doing it too. So yes, we're going to get into that, but. Before we get into the backstory of you both, I want to get into No Strings. Can you both give us the premise of No Strings?
You want to go first, or you want me to go first, Mike?
You go first, Beth.
Okay. So No Strings is just about three friends that have been married at different lengths of time. So we have some tenured marriages, and then we have some new marriages. And they're just going through the woes, right? Like sometimes things happen, right? Life's for us all. So sometimes there's health concerns, sometimes there's financial concerns. Sometimes, it just depends on how the wind is blowing, on how you feel about being married. And so, that's really what it is. It's a friend group that found themselves in unfortunate situations, and they ended up on a dating app just trying to see if the grass was greener. And what a lot of them found was that on the other side of grass is dirt. And that communication is key in marriage. So.
Absolutely. Because I think that I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. The audio is different. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's all right. No, because I was going to just piggyback on what you said, India, about because I've never been married, never been engaged, but I've been around enough to kind of have some type of opinion. I have some experience. I have some observations. So I just think that a lot of times when you're in the marriage, I mean, and you could correct me if I'm wrong here, that when you in it for so long and there are certain shifts in the atmosphere, right? There might be a roadblock that you might go through and you feel like you're not able to come from. And sometimes you get so frustrated and you just don't know. You lose your faith and you question God at whoever you believe in, those are coming to question, your perspective changes. And so sometimes when you feel like you want to get your look back or whether you want to go the route that they took with the dating app and try to find other options. But even if you feel like you truly believe that the marriage is failing and you feel like there's no way of reconciliation, I think that you just need to kind of close that chapter, right? Before you try to explore other options. And even then, it ends up the way things happen, throughout this movie.
Yeah. I definitely think that, in all fairness, again, communication is key. You got to figure out if you're on the same page. And I mean, sometimes it's check-ins, sometimes it's hard conversations, like whatever that looks like. But I definitely feel like before you move on or move into something else with somebody else, you definitely, you got to close that chapter with your spouse. That's who and we believe in God, Mike and I. So it's like you stood before God and
Yes,
said you wanted to be with this person. So, I mean, you have to, it's proper ways,
ways of going
for
about
you
it.
to, yeah, for sure.
Now, I want to challenge you guys real quick before we get into the other stuff, because we since we're already on this No Strings movie, um, and make sure you check out No Strings. By the way, the link to that movie is in the description box below this video. Make sure you check that out. What advice? And I'm gonna challenge you. I want you to give some advice to the women in the movie, and Mike, I want you to give advice to each man, each main character male in this movie. What advice would you give them? So, India, I'm gonna start with you. What advice would you give each woman, each woman lead
I
in the because each of them have different
Yeah, each of them
situations.
had different issues. And I mean, at this point, I will say the movie has been out for a while, so it's really no spoilers, but I'm
Okay.
going to keep
Okay.
it vague just in case
Yes.
somebody out there hasn't seen it.
Right.
But so one lady just kind of seemed like she fell out of love, right? Like with her partner. And I felt that she waited till like pressure was busting pipes and then she just blew up. She was the one opening in the trailer that you played where she
I
said she
want a
wanted a
fucking divorce.
divorce. Yes. So I feel like before it got there, definitely there should have been some conversation. I know throughout the movie, I think she said she asked her partner for counseling and just different
Mhm.
things. But I,
Mhm.
I kind of felt like, maybe some subtle conversations could have happened before the blow up. And then there was a young lady whose husband cheated a good portion of their marriage. And then after counseling and prayer and just different things, he said that he was not cheating anymore, but she just couldn't get that settled in her head. And to be
The
honest,
trust
I
is
feel
gone.
like she should have dealt with that at the beginning. If you couldn't get
Mhm.
past it, you couldn't get
Right.
over it, you just should
Mhm.
have left it alone because now at this point, you just as guilty. You know what I
Yes.
mean? As
Absolutely.
him. And then there was a lady in the movie whose husband didn't appear to be contributing financially and just helping her out. And again, I feel like instead of venting maybe to your girlfriends, you should have been talking to your partner. And if your partner isn't listening, because she did try to say it to him in a roundabout way, I mean, maybe at that point you just got to assess, is this what you're willing to do? Because if you have to take on all the bills and do all the things, then maybe you need to be alone. So that's my advice to those ladies. Babe, what you got to say to the
Thank you,
fellas?
India.
Well, it's a little different as far as with the fellas because I'm gonna say as far as one of them, he was actually I would have to go in the beginning part of the relationship and then give him advice. But at this point, like once we met him on film, well, the character in the in the movie would not. He was doing good. He was as he should. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the beginning part, I would say like as I look at marriage, like I took that oath in front of God, for God will not to honor and cherish my partner, and I'm gonna do such. You know what I'm saying? And mainly, my main thing is loyalty.
Yes.
Loyalty is key for me. Loyalty is huge for me. So I'm gonna stay loyal to, you know what I'm saying, loyal, excuse me. And, you know, just pretty much we're just gonna take it from there. You know, and naturally the love and everything else, and as far as respect. But I'm getting off key, excuse me. Um, I would say, far as for the other character, I'm gonna call him out far as Will. I feel like I will tell her, like, far as my advice to him is say, bro, get off your ass and do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, like, a man don't work, don't eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you stand at the house, like, I don't respect men like that. You know,
And
that's
that's
just
something you
me.
should be proud of. Yeah.
You know, like, no, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, just uphold that part as a man. You know what I'm saying? Be a man and provide, you know. So, but I'm like, boy, I don't wanna say too much about too many characters because I don't
That's
want
all
to
right. The other one,
spoiler.
it was another one, the other one. You talked about the one, the lazy one. You spoke about, I think were you referring to the first one you spoke to? You spoke about the one that was putting the woman down. That one is that the one you're talking to?
No,
Well,
the
I
first
think he
one,
was talking about Dwight because he was saying he was doing what he was supposed to. Meaning, at that point in the movie, he was faithful. We met
exactly.
him; he
Oh,
was
okay, okay,
faithful.
Yeah. And
okay.
it was the past relationship, what he did in the past, you know what I'm saying? That's why she
Right.
wanted to get her lick back. And I'm like, I agree with, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, boo, like, nah, if you you know what I'm saying, if you went past that, you should y'all not trying to build nothing for it if you're still trying to go back and try to get your lick back. So
Right.
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 And
So the
then,
whole
what would you
relationship
say
is
for
pointless.
Marion? Well, for Quentin's character.
I don't wanna that's one of the ones I don't wanna say too much about. You know,
Go
I
ahead.
just want to let
Go
everybody
ahead.
rock out.
Go ahead. No, they're gonna still watch. They're gonna still watch.
I mean, as far as on that, like, far as the definitely the belittling, you
Right, because that's something
know,
that needs to be. Yeah, that's something you definitely want to give advice to.
yeah,
To
yeah,
someone
like,
like
no,
that.
like,
Yeah.
and just far as even on that, like, far as I mean, I feel like anybody don't want to be belittled, put down, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially by your partner that's supposed to uplift you, you know. So
Right. Right.
naturally, when you get in there, you know, you're gonna get some resistance and everything else from your partner. I mean, but I definitely would tell him that though, like, bro, you gotta chill. You know what I'm saying? Mainly.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that. So make sure, like I said again, check out No Strings and all the other projects that Mike in India has worked on. Make sure you just all you got to do is just go to Tubi, type in India Williams, type in Mike Williams, type in both. You'll go see all their all their projects there. So make sure you please support this Black family unit, please, please, please. All right. So now I want to love to get into the backstory of it. I want to hear from you individually because I know we know we all have a backstory and it started individually. You know, so I love to hear the backstory. I enjoy the childhood memories that I hear about whether you grew up in a two-parent household, one-parent household, cousins, siblings. You know, did you have to ransack the fridge? Did you share the TV, or did you have different type of music that you listened to? Did you have to use Lemon Fresh Joy for your bubble bath? I want to hear all that. Did you have fried bologna sandwiches, or did you have mayonnaise sandwiches, or did you have croissant sandwiches? You know, because some people come from well-to-do backgrounds. So, did you have Kool-Aid, or did you have iced tea lemonade on the pool side? I mean, let me know
Say
some India.
details. You wanted
Yeah,
everything.
I want everything. Yes, exactly. I want y'all, did y'all play this back in the day? Did y'all have double dutch and hopscotch and skeletons in the street? Give me that India, give me some of that.
Okay, so I am from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised.
What up though?
What up, though? Of course, my father was around, but I grew up in a single mother household for me. And she was the law, right? Like what my mama
Okay.
said
Hmm.
went. And,
Hmm.
I, to this day, I thank her always for making sure birthdays were happy, Christmases were merry. I know as an adult that my mom sacrificed. I recognize that she did what she had to do. And there were times, I couldn't have what everybody else had, right? Like there was times going to school where everybody had a different new Jordan
Name
for
brand.
every
Hmm.
day of the week. Like that
Hmm.
wasn't my story. And I never put that pressure on my mom because I knew, just that she was sacrificing. Like, even though it took me to become an adult to really understand the sacrifice, I still knew how hard she worked to make money. So I never tried to like, run the guilt trip or do
Yes.
whatever.
Pause, India. When did you know? When did you realize that? That your mom, sacrificed and did like? When did you realize that?
I would say maybe middle school. I was like, wow, like there was a point in place where my mom would like catch two buses just to go to work,
Mm.
or like I knew, when you could see your parent at the table doing the bills and trying to figure out how
Yes.
to, rob Peter to
Ration.
pay Paul. So I
Mhm.
got a job at 13. I've worked since I was 13 just to, and I mean, not that, I had to help her, but it was like helping me helps
Me
her,
too. Yeah,
alleviate the
yeah.
burden. But I have never gone hungry. I have never gone with the lights being cut off. I have never experienced that. I just know that my mom sacrificed. But other than that, I had a great childhood. I mean, on my mom's side, I didn't have another sibling until I was almost 16. But on my dad's
Wow.
side, oh yeah, it's plenty of us. And so I, would go and kick it with the gang, every other weekend, that kind of thing. And we were just a little community, a little family, and just doing our thing. I think amongst my siblings, I'm the oldest girl for sure. And I'm like
Okay.
the second oldest child in general, like of my dad's. Now on my mom's side, I have two brothers. So I'm the oldest of them. But like I said, I was almost 16, before they came around. So I kind of have a little bit of like the only child thing going on.
Yes,
But
of course.
yes, but I mean, I don't know. Other than that, I don't know. I guess I kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but share some so India, share some stuff. I mean, did y'all have like the cookouts in the backyard? Did you have, like I said, did I, dance to the living room in the middle of the night? Or did you,
I would
drive your mom
say,
crazy at
um,
times? Was there sibling rivalry? Like,
no, like after like our older family members passed away, like before they passed away, like my granny's house and my Uncle George's house, like that is where everybody got together for all the holidays. And that's where I saw my cousins. And I was like the only girl and I had all boy cousins and that kind of thing. And then somewhere, I don't know, like my mom got married and then my stepdad came along and that's when cookouts and just different things started
uh-huh.
to happen at
Okay.
our house and that kind of stuff. And that's when we kind of for real found our way to the church and we was just, there. And my mama had me in the choir. I cannot sing a lick, but she definitely had me in the choir and she was like a nurse and my stepdad was like a deacon or something like that. Like, so we was in the church. Even my little
Yes,
brothers was
yes.
up in the pulpit.
Mhm.
Okay. But I don't know. But I think Mike has more of a fascinating family, like everything you just described is Mike, but I will let Mike tell his story and then I can jump back in because then of
Right.
course
Yes.
we've been together so long and now like his
Right.
family is
Yeah.
my family and we
Yes,
all doing the
absolutely.
thing.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
absolutely. Let's hear it, Mike.
Nah, yeah. So I came from a two-parent household. My mom and dad was married for I think this is going on 45, 46
Oh,
years.
God bless
Forgive me,
them.
mom, dad, if
Wow.
I got it wrong. Um, I got an older brother. He's about 6 years older than me. Um, then as far as on that, like, yeah, we definitely pretty like a close knit family. Like, our cousins, all the cousins and everything, like we all like brothers and sisters for real. We just say cousins, but we like our
Right,
relationship is brother and sister. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
I totally get it.
Aunties is like second mama slash like my sister, older sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, far as the cookouts, yeah, the cookouts was always either at somebody's house, like whether if it's either car party, like the grill gonna come out regardless. It don't matter
Right.
what the season is,
Mhm.
it's gonna come out.
Mhm. Yep. It could be
Um,
raining. Mhm.
yeah, for sure. Um, far as like my upcoming was like I can't say like it was good. I can't complain about it. Like I got like great parents. My mom, she worked, she retired. My father, he worked two jobs, sometimes three, but my pops, he's kind of just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he just like work hella jobs, and I get on now. Like he retired now, and I get on his head now. Like, bro, like you gotta chill. Like, why you
Gotta
work so
right.
much? Yeah,
Right. He don't know anything else.
but I get it now too, though, because I don't want him to sit down. Because if he sits down, he gonna say
Right.
still. You know what I'm
True.
saying? So I'm like, just don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, just chill with that. But outside of that, though, like that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Um, like, as far as my upcoming, like my parents, they was the type they ain't about to spend a lot of money on certain shit. And as a parent, I get it.
Right.
But as a kid, it's like I want the
Like,
guess.
what you need that for?
I want the name brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my mama, he was like, if you want it, you got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Me to work for it and all that. So I'm like, like India said, like I've been working since I was 12, 13 too. And once I got a taste of my own independence, it was
Right.
just up from there. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh yeah, I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? Like my main thing is just like, not saying that I don't have people that I can ask for stuff, but I just knowing I like it better when I can do it on my own. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
My own
Absolutely.
independence. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect it and appreciate it more.
Oh,
But
no, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I wasn't about to say nothing. I was just about to
Oh,
add
okay.
on some more.
No, I just wanted to just, add, some just want to commend, your nuclear family because you don't have many black nuclear families that are
Mm,
close knit and still, rocking it until the wheels fall off, so to speak. So
mm,
I want to just commend your parents for staying together so long. And also I want to commend your father because it's so refreshing to hear, especially a black man talk about
yeah,
how present your father was, even though he worked hard and he
yeah.
had, many jobs like a Jamaican, but he still made time to
No,
be there for you. So I just wanna just make sure that I commend,
that's my guy.
the black
That's
community.
my guy
Yeah, so I do
for
appreciate you
sure.
sharing that. But I wanna hear a little bit more, Mike. I know you said about the cookouts. What did y'all do in the cookouts? I mean, did y'all have the boom wait, y'all you grew up around the boom box? You had the boom box. Did you have the records, the crates of records, that, you used to bring to DJ with? I mean,
Nah, well,
spades, Uno. 'Cause
yeah, we
I
did
know,
all
I
of
mean, 'cause
that.
I mean, I know that violence I know a lot of violence ensued over spades, but yeah.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna tell you right now, my family, if you don't know what you're doing, don't sit down at that table.
Right, right.
There's gonna be some table flips, and some feelings hurt. I'm telling you.
I'm not what game you like? No, I'll you know what? Don't I'm gonna wait till one of my segments. You can answer it then. So, save that one. Yeah. But no, but thank you both. Did you wanna, add something, India?
No, I was just gonna say, so yeah, I guess I do. So just to add on, so Mike's family, like they are tight. Like I know he expressed it, but he didn't really express it. And unless you are like in a family like that, it blows your mind. Like they have so
Mm.
many group chats, and like if somebody get a
Oh,
hangnail or somebody is having a bad day or
I
they have
love
a
it.
headache, like it's in the group chat. Like, and then it's like all of like all the babies, like you could show up
Oh,
and you know whose baby belongs to who because everybody in Mike's family, their children look exactly like them. So
really?
and I mean, but from the older people to the babies, like they keep the family together. I mean,
Oh,
right now we could probably call home back to Detroit because we live in Cincinnati, and I guarantee at least some portion of his family is together today because it's
Oh,
good
for sure.
weather and they probably grilling or something
oh,
like that.
I
So like
love
I
that.
truly love how his family gets together and
I
they
love
rally
it.
around each other and yeah, they always together.
Oh, thank you for adding that, India. Shame on you, Mike, for not saying that, saying something.
I thought y'all should have
How
already knew that.
Yeah, I mean, how would you
You
leave
should have
that
known
out?
that. Like we like that.
Yeah, I love that because like I said, with a lot of times as we get older, sometimes life be life, and then family shift. They
Mm,
kind of, and we don't
mhm.
know anything about whose baby is born, and we don't know anything about a baby until that baby's 21. So things
Right.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we don't have that type of communication anymore, unless it was COVID. Like I know COVID. I mean, we had more communication amongst family members, especially us cousins, I'm speaking from, I'm sorry, my personal experience as cousins, we tried
Mhm.
to keep, the dynamic together because back in the day, they used to have like the parties and the barbecues and the weddings. We had the big weddings and they had the chicken dinners, that they sell back in the day. So all those things we used to do, yeah, nothing now. So yes,
Mhm.
but I thank you for sharing that. By the way, I really do appreciate that. Yes, very very refreshing. So now each of you, I need each of you to give us the audience your experience in elementary, junior high school because I always bring that up because we don't talk about it too much or we don't think of it as being a pivotal moment in our lives of self-discovery and it really is because we are discovering our anatomy. There's acne going on, there's puberty, there's hormones, testosterone, y'all hopping in the staircase and y'all, trying to build up your social skills and there's a lot going on. Y'all might have played sports at the time or, and so give, and I like to say that. I'm humping in the stair. You laugh at the humping part.
That is hilarious because I definitely
Let
knew
me
people
say,
who did that. But okay.
yeah, yeah. Did you do it?
No, I did not.
No, she
Absolutely
didn't do
not.
that.
She said,
No,
Uh-uh.
she
how
didn't do
would you
that.
know, Mike? How would you know?
No, definitely did not do that.
She said, oh no.
Uh-uh. I don't know. Okay, I guess I go first. So middle school, I think.
Start with elementary.
Okay, elementary school. I don't know.
Mm.
Elementary school, I always used to get in trouble for talking. Can you tell? Because like,
No.
like
Mm-mm.
that was
I didn't know
always.
this
And I
one.
think, look, I think the marking used to be 2 on the report cards. Like,
Two.
but I always had good grades. But I was forever gonna get a 2, saying that I talk too much.
Oh.
And so
What were you
that was
saying?
my
What you had to talk
elementary
about?
school. Which is social. And then when I got to middle school, I would say that's kind of where I was trying to figure out where I fit in, like with what crew. And like always, I felt like I could be immersed in anybody's little clique or crew, or you had cool kids, you had misfits, you had whatever.
Yes.
And I just
Mhm.
always felt more comfortable amongst the misfits. I mean, and I don't know if that's like the right thing to say, but like the people that were always kind of just doing their own thing, like we could get together, we could vibe, but then we could go do our own thing. That was me. And I don't know. I was trying to like keep up with the hairstyles. I used to, because again, I couldn't afford to go get my hair. Like everybody was
Oh
wearing the pink curl
God.
ponytails, the feather ponytails. So I started teaching myself, how to do certain things just so that I could
How did you
have
do with that?
those styles and stuff. And then high school was pretty much the same. Like I think high school is kind of where I figured out that I prefer to be by myself. Like I am an introverted extrovert, meaning
Mhm,
like I can
mhm.
come in spaces and places and I could be social and I could give you the warm and fuzzies and you'd be like, oh my gosh, she is so cool and blah, 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 blah. And then like just as quick as I get in my car, like I'm cool being by myself or in my bubble or with, my
Mhm.
family and that. So that's kind of, I think high school is where I learned that I was cool just seeing the people at school, but I didn't want to like do stuff after school and
Okay,
like
guys, I
that
was
wasn't.
gonna ask you that. Did you do any type of activities? But
I did-
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, I was on the dance team. I did like tennis. I did stuff like
That's
that,
cool.
but I did vocational school.
Right.
So like, yeah, I did stuff like that, but I mostly just kicked it like with my best friend and then my sister. Like that was what I did.
Now, I wanted to ask because you said that you wasn't sure if that was the right thing to say when you was talking about you hanging around the misfits, certain crowds. So why would you feel that way? Why would you feel that
I
was be the
don't
right
know
thing
because
to
I feel
say?
like the current climate that we live in, right? Like every word that we used to say back in the day, you get a slap on the
Mm,
hand for
mhm,
saying, and then a
mhm.
couple years later they bring the word back out and like it's cool again. So I'm not sure, but like that's just always my term because I just feel like I am always more comfortable with people that typically don't fit in the popular crowds. Like they probably are the smartest kid in the class, but maybe not the most known. Like that's
Mhm.
usually who I vibe with.
Outcasts.
Yeah, that kind of thing, you know?
Mhm. Okay, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that, really. But okay, but I was curious as to why you felt that way. So thank you for sharing your perspective.
Hmm.
All right, Mike, elementary, junior high. Did you hump in the staircase, Mike?
I'm sitting here trying to remember that shit.
You will remember. You will remember the humping part. You will remember the dry humping in the staircase.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that was middle school though, but not really elementary. Elementary, I swear, elementary, it's lightweight, it's fuzzy.
Right, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? But middle school, like, yeah, middle school, it was fun. That's when, yeah, it was. I think middle school was funner because it was like more fights. I'm gonna just say, not like that's why it was fun. You know what I'm saying? But it
Right.
was just like,
I was going to go with you.
no. I'm just saying, like, it was just fun back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, even just like the difference between now the stuff they do now. I don't know if we can cuss on, excuse me, but the stuff they do now and the stuff I mean, it's almost the same, but it's more guns now. You
Yeah,
see what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, they don't know how to take an L and just like, next time I see you, it's on site. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
next time they see him, it's on site. They picking up pistols. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
that's
yes.
that's the difference. Where I say, like, it was just fun. You know what I'm saying? Just
That's
like,
true.
you
Yes,
know.
that
But
is true.
um,
Did you
no,
have
yeah, it
pizza
was fun.
parties and played out in the backyard during recess? I mean, did you have a favorite teacher, favorite subject?
Uh,
Were you in sports, Mike?
was I what? I'm sorry.
Were you in sports or
Yeah.
any clubs?
So I played. I was football. I played, like, we have PAL league. We didn't have a football team for my middle school, so I played. I played for the Cougars and played that from like C all the way to A. That's just like the age group. Like, C team, I think I'm gonna say 7 and 9 year olds, and then B team might be 10 to 12, and A team is I think 14. I think maybe the oldest you can be, or 15 maybe. But then I went from that to high school. I played football for my high school. I went to Ferndale.
You said Ferndale?
Yeah. It was like, it was in the suburbs. I like my pops. I wanted to go to Mumford. That's the school my wife went to. That's the school she graduated from. Like, that was, and the school, my middle school. Let me give you a little feedback. Go back. My middle school was Bovian, so my middle school was like the step under Mumford, and it was right down the street. So it was just like, everybody. You was either going, if you went to Bovian, your next school, high school, you was going to Mumford. So, you know what I'm saying? So naturally, all my people, you know what I'm saying, like, they was going to Mumford. So at that point, I'm ready to jump in suit. So my pops was like, hell no, I ain't about to send you there. You showed your ass in Bobian. So why the fuck I'm gonna
Ah.
send you to Mumford?
Mhm.
So yeah. So I ended up going to Ferndale. That was like in the burbs, but it was cool. It was a good experience because it was like a melting pot of different races and everything else. So it was almost
Okay.
like a miniature, I'm gonna say, like a miniature college campus type thing. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you. Oh, that's
Because of
kind
the
of cool.
different races and everything, and just the different cultures. They were just all in one. But it was cool though. It was cool. Like, I don't regret none of it.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I appreciate everything. You know what I'm saying? And then, especially as a parent now, I appreciate what my pops is doing, because
Absolutely.
at the time I was like, bro, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to go with my people. Like, you sending me off track. But no, I get it though. But yeah, high school, like, it was the shit for me.
Okay.
My my main thing is that my focus really was, it should have been on education naturally, but I was trying to go for like best dress. Like, my main thing
Oh, okay.
is,
You was
like,
trying to show out. Okay.
yeah,
You
like,
was trying to
I
show
tried,
out.
because it was like that was my clique. Like my clique, like, we was drippy like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I ain't about to be the only one like that. You know what I'm saying? Out, nah. So I just had to. I work, like I said, I just work, and then like on vacations when people was going out of town, I was getting that OT in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get the whole fit this time. instead of just matching it
That
piece
was
by
your phone.
piece and waiting to get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had a
That's
plan.
funny. That's so funny. Okay. But yeah, but okay, let me touch on that because you mentioned about how you didn't understand at the time why your father had you go to that particular school. So this is for the both of you. I know India, you said before that you understood at an early age what it took for your mom to maintain, the upbringing that you had and how well to do it was, or how well adjusted that was for you.
Mhm.
Now, what is the thing where it could be either parent or both parents? What is a particular thing that you didn't understand at the time that was instilled in you that you understand more as you gotten older? Like, what is the key thing that was instilled in you by your parents that you didn't understand the purpose of it, or you didn't understand the idea of it until later on?
Um, I would just say, like, far as when as a kid, when you want to do stuff, and it's always nah. Where you going with? Nah, you going with that? Nah. You're like, come on, man. Like, I want to have fun. Like, but as a parent, I do the same stuff now. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like, I did. Like, where you going? In that area? Nah, hell nah. You don't even know about. You ain't even. You a suburb kid. You ain't. Nah. You ain't about to go over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like at the time, like we don't get it, but the whole thing is we doing this for a purpose. Like I heard that too. Like I'm doing this for a purpose. Like you get it. You literally get it once you get older. It almost like it's like
Yes.
that. You know.
Mhm.
But let me go back to just like it wasn't always my pops. Let me put that in because my mama, she was she the one that, you know what I'm saying, that ran the house, you know what I'm saying, that kept everything going and everything else while pops was gone, you know what I'm saying? So big shout out to my mama, you know what I'm saying? Like so it I felt like I ain't give her enough props and praise when so I just wanted to clear that up for I didn't want to get in trouble later. Mainly get in
Yes,
trouble
that's
later.
right.
Sorry, Ma, I ain't peeped that.
Yeah, give credit where credit's due now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How about you, India?
Um, I would say same thing Mike said. I think, like I said earlier, my mama was law at the house, so she was definitely the where you going, who you with, what time, how long, how far. No, it was a complete sentence when she said it. Yeah, so and I like he said, we do the same thing now. Like, like if it's not sounding right, if it's taking too long for you to get that together, let's go
Yes.
ahead and hang that up
Mhm,
for today. And our
mhm.
daughter is 20. So like, but we, that's just how we roll because we know now, we understand now that, your parents have that spirit of discernment, right? Like they know about your friends, they know about, when you're trying to date somebody and they don't like what they see, or, they get a little twinge or something ain't right,
Yes, yes.
and then my father, he's deceased now. He was murdered.
I'm so
But
sorry.
thank you. He was always the Mr. Keep It Real. Like even when I
Mm.
was little, like he would say stuff so wild to me. And I'm like, you realize like I'm 7 or I'm 8. But like
Well,
honestly,
please give me an example of that, India.
I can't. I can't.
Oh, oh,
I
really?
can't. I
Is that
can't.
explicit?
Yeah,
You
like, but
gotta tell them a story,
yeah,
dog, bro. You got to,
no,
dog.
no, no, like, but
You
my
got
dad would
to.
keep it so real. Like, he would just give you advice that you were not looking for. Or, like I said, I would be like, this don't even apply to me. I'm 8, type of thing. But two ways that I look at that now, because he died before I turned 21. So, I think he was preparing me for life with a lot of the life lessons that he was sharing with me and telling me and just kind of giving me the game early. But I also feel like he knew in this world, this is an ugly place. People can be ugly. I need to say it to you straight, no chaser, because when some knucklehead comes running
Yes.
game or trying to do whatever, I need you to know you heard it here
Mhm.
first. And I have been the same way. Like, even though Mike and I are different people, right? Like, I don't know, you probably tell, like, he is more like the raw person, and I'm like I'll do that. But with our daughter, when I talk to her, I don't do the fluff. Like I keep it I keep it real. Like we have real conversations, or sometimes I find myself doing what my dad did. Like I'm just giving advice for no reason. A song will come on and the man will say a line in the song, and then that'll make me say, he said that because, and then I gotta break it down. And I know my daughter is like, oh my goodness, here she go again. But like I don't want to sugarcoat. Even when she was little, like Mike and I, we wasn't on calling her private areas little names. No, they were what they were, because when you get ready to say
I
something
agree.
happened and I need to know what we're talking about. I don't need to be knowing about no sugar bear, honey bear, teddy bear. No, we're not doing that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Here.
No, not at all. We don't do that.
He said, So let me go. I'm gonna go because you had got into the whole high school aspect, and in high school, what was at the time your self discovery in high school? Because there's a level of self discovery there. So can you share like your level of self discovery in high school? Did you start dating then, or did was there any was the social climate different? Like, can you give us your self discovery?
I think easier, kind of going back, even though Mike was talking about like fights and just different things, I still feel like it was easier to be social. It was easier to, date or whatever back in our day. This little new age people, I don't know what they got going on. I thank God that I don't have to be a part of that. But I will say the self-discovery for me is like knowing that I was enough. And I don't know if it's because I think I have an old spirit. So like where some people discovered that in their 20s or 30s, I think at, 18, first off at 19, I was somebody's, bless you, I was somebody's mom. So I think I, matured, you know what I mean? Like anyway, a lot faster, but I feel like that was me. Like I was telling myself, like, I don't know if you remember, like back in the day, we would read poems like I am somebody and all the world is nobody like me. I truly was believing that. Like I was talking to myself like I am somebody. Like
you're supposed to. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I felt like that, like if I could have shared what I was feeling about myself amongst other people, because like I've never been like overweight, like by society. I've been overweight according to the doctor, but like I've always been the thicker friend. And back in my day, thick wasn't it, right? Like now the curvy girls are kind of winning, you know what I'm saying? But like the skinny girls was it back in my day, and I was like considered, the chubby friend or the one with the round face or that, and as opposed to like tearing myself down because the world didn't think I was it in that moment. Like I just did what I needed to do. I knew my face card wasn't going to decline. I was going to keep that hair, done. I was going to keep my clothes together, and I had my little self-esteem.
Man, you better say that, India. I know that's right. It's like, look, I woke up like this.
Definitely.
I hear that, India. What about you, Mike? Your self-discovery in high school?
I don't know. I think I'll just take it back to, like I said, with the fights. I feel like social media messed everything up. No, I'm just saying, like, just the dynamic of how stuff is going, how it went. Social media definitely didn't have social media on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that just like when you like, it was to that area when we was getting numbers. You was tearing our pieces and getting numbers and all that, whatever. And then at the end of the day, like after we leave a party or something like that, we emptying out the pockets. How many numbers we got? Like I'm saying, like who was most P that day? But outside of that, though, yeah. Social media killed everything. It helped everything too. It made a lot of people military for the shit show. But outside of that too, though, that's the only thing I don't like, because it make a lot of people more impersonal. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of, like you say, like you would just go out, like plain example, like I'm the type that when I go out, I don't do social media posts. I rarely make posts. Like I just started social media probably like 4 years ago. I I'm the type, whatever. If I want to get my point across, I still go to the old school for the
The
flyers.
okay,
I ain't
okay.
lying. Like I walk up to people like, hey, you watch movies, you watch movies.
Oh, you are old
You know
school.
what I'm saying? Just like, yeah, I'm that type. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna beat the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here with the people.
Mhm. Yeah, so right after high school, what did you guys do right after?
Uh, I think I just worked for real. I worked. I tried. I did go
I
to.
was gonna say you went to school for a
I was about to
minute.
say I did go to community college. I did that
Right.
for about a year. I almost could have finished for real, but I didn't. It wasn't, school wasn't for me. I think I just did that for my parents because they wanted,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but, and then it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's kind of a good thing that I didn't finish, but in nowadays and age, I was going for associate's degree. Associate
Mhm.
degree is a diploma now. So I wouldn't have went nowhere as far as business and marketing administration. That was
Mhm.
everybody's go-to.
Okay. So did you know what you wanted to do at that time when you graduated, or you were still kind of in limbo?
I was in limbo, like pretty much like, yeah, like I'm out of school. I think at that point I felt like I was grown for real because I ain't had to go to school. And it was just like I worked and all that, but I really didn't have an actual plan. Like, okay, once I get here, I'm the type of person I am. I'm just gonna I'm wake up and let's see where we go from this
Just
point.
right, play it by ear. So
Hmm.
so what did you okay, so you worked, you had to pay bills. Were you on your own at the time, or you still living at home around that time?
I was still living. I was still at home. I was living with my parents, and then it was just like I met my boo, shorty right here. She had her spot. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just like I was just back and forth, but then and there and all that. But
Oh, okay. So
you know,
that's when we get into the merging process. Okay, okay.
The
All
merging,
right.
that's
We getting there.
hilarious.
Yeah, we getting there now. We getting to the nitty-gritty.
I
Yeah.
would say so after high school, I went to college too, like Mike. I did not know what I wanted to do. I
Mhm,
went to
mhm.
Wayne State in Michigan, and like at first I signed up for nursing, and then I changed it to business, and I didn't finish. Like I was like, what? I need to be making money. Like money is where it's
Yeah,
at. And
yeah.
I mean, like I said earlier, then I became a mom and that kind of thing. But I did go back to school. And I don't know if we get in there, if you want me to say that now, but
Yeah.
I did go back to school when I turned 30. Well, a little
Mhm.
bit in my third, maybe 31. And I went and got a bachelor's in social work, and then I got a master's in social work. And
Okay, we're gonna
so,
get there. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, but thank you
yeah.
for sharing that part. But we're gonna get into that because because I realized I just noticed you was a licensed social worker as well. So I want to
Hmm.
get into that as well. But now going back to the merging process, right? And yeah, I like that. I think I'm put that on a t-shirt. But
That's funny.
so now, did you guys know, okay, before you decided to get into the film journey, which we're gonna get to, but I just want to get like before we get into the creative part, because I know we could be here all day when you're talking about your careers now. I mean, of course, but I want to get into the in between because a lot of people don't understand still to this day how the industry is, especially being independent, where it's like up and down. Like you might, when it comes, especially financially, when it comes to anything, involving entertainment, right? So I wanted to know, like, before you got into film, like, what type of jobs did you have? Because you had to pay bills, you needed medical coverage, you needed dental, you needed to, raise a family. Now, let me, if you don't mind me asking, India, your first child, was it with Mike or someone else?
Mike, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just want to so I just want to get into that in between part.
Okay. So for me, the phone broke up on that last part, but I got the beginning. So jobs
Okay.
before film. So jobs for me before film was I worked in an eye doctor office. So I worked for an optometrist, black optometrist in Michigan. and I was an optometry assistant. That was what I had went to vocational school and got those certifications. So I did that, and then we ended up moving here to Ohio, and I worked for Lens Crafters, and then
Mm.
I had some other little odds ends jobs, maybe like 2 months worth, and then I started at what is called Express Scripts today, but back then it was called Metco, and it was a pharmacy, and I worked in accounts receivable, and I stayed there. They got bought out by Express Scripts, then they got bought out by Cigna, but they kept the name Express Scripts. I did that for almost like 18 years. So I was pretty stagnant. Like once we got to Ohio, that's when I got my big girl job, and I stayed there. And that's all my work history up until, what I do currently. But
Right.
Mike, I'll let you say your jobs.
We got to go all the way back from high school.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mr. Allen's. It was like a clothing store in Michigan. I worked for a janitorial service. I don't remember the name of it. It was I don't know. I ain't gonna give him a shout out. It ain't even worth it. Then I worked. I left there. Then I moved here, and it was just like it was a temp. It was a temp job. I take that back. It was Lens Crafters. I worked at the actual manufacturer.
Oh,
The actual
okay.
make the lenses and everything else, and the frames and
Oh,
everything else.
that's cool.
So I left there. They did like a layoff, and then I ended up working for this one company. They actually made missile shells for the military.
Mm.
It was kind of like and it was a different type of job, but I worked there for a minute, and then I ended up getting a warehouse job where I'm currently at now. That's really pretty much has got us where we at now for the most part.
Yeah. So, and also, yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that's where, you have still have steady jobs
Mm-hmm.
as well, in conjunction with, the filming and the filmmaking that you do as well. So I want people to understand that, because even when, you become self-employed, a lot of people have in their mindset, well, I work for myself. I'm my own boss. I ain't got to answer. I ain't got to, go 9 to 5. But you are not going to be able to profit from that for a long time. You still need a regular job now. Like I said, you still got bills, you still got medical coverage, you still need
Mm-hmm.
you need your baby needs diapers. Like you still need
Mm-hmm.
until
We
you
need something
I'm gonna wait,
consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wait till I get this big break. I know it's happening soon, I rap for a living. That's what I do. I'm gonna rap. I want to do this. I want to go into movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's my focus. You can't have that selfish frame of mind. You have to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you have something steady in conjunction with what no, it's going to be hard. I mean, there's going to be times where your sleeping habits going to be compromised at times, but don't let that affect your health, though. But ladies and gentlemen, don't let that
No,
affect
for
your health.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Sure.
but now we segue into that, though. How do you individually as well as collectively manage the regular workforce as well as filming and family life? Raising children, and like how what is your approach towards that work
Mm-hmm.
life balance?
I don't know. Honestly, I think I'm still trying to find that. And it's just my personality. I'm kind of
Mhm.
like Mike described his dad, like a person that always is probably gonna have like four different things going on. And, I don't settle too much in free time. And I just think it's because I like to
Ah,
be on the
mhm.
go. So for years, and one of the jobs I didn't mention in that little history is that I'm an author, right? I write books. So
We was get into that. Yeah.
but I was just gonna say, so
Yeah.
for me, I go to work, and then I usually come home and do dinner. I hold my little check-ins, my conversations, and then I'm like sitting here in my chair on the computer. Back then it was writing books. Now it's writing scripts or whatever I need to do
Mhm.
for a film. And I try to interweave family time into that. So I will say I don't think I get a good grade in balancing it for real, because it all kind of runs together for me. And I try to pick moments like, I'm getting better with Mike, where I'm like, can we talk business real quick without hitting him with it as soon as he walk through the door, I'll like pick a moment, or maybe we'll settle on a day. But something I have adapted here in the past like 3 years is no anything on Monday. Like, so
Okay.
on Monday,
Good.
I'm usually, watching a show, I'm chilling, whatever the family is doing, I'm doing.
What shows you like to watch?
Like we shoot, the typical stuff like Power.
Yeah.
At one point we was watching The Shy, all the BMF, like all the 50 stuff. We did just do Nemesis. I mean, we kind of are all over the place. We have little comedy shows and
Good.
just
Right.
different things,
Mhm.
that we watch, and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I don't think I do. I don't think I do a good job of like separating the two. But that is part of when you are an entrepreneur and you still have a 9 to 5. It's only so many hours in the day, right? Like maybe if I was just an entrepreneur, I could say from 9 to 5, I'm going to do business. And then after that, I'll cut it off. I don't get that opportunity because it's like after work, I got to work for,
You gotta work.
our
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
So it don't work well for me.
How about you, Mike? What is your approach towards the work-life balance? What is your approach?
I'm gonna say it really get hectic like when it's coming up close time for filming, right? So India, she's like the writer. She sit there, you know what I'm saying? Like she's the creator and everything else. So that's why I be trying to tell her, like sometimes like she sit at the computer sometime and just sit there. I'm like, bro, you gotta if it ain't coming to you, just go
Take
back
a
and you
rest.
know what I'm saying, like
Right.
whatever. But you just
Mhm.
wasting your time at that point. You know what I'm saying? She get a little better at that point. But
Okay.
as far as for me though, I'm gonna say like when it comes time close to like when production time, and I'm gonna say like pre-production, production, and post-production. That's when it's like real critical. But like sleep is like obsolete. Always tired. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's always something to do. You know what I'm saying? Like either prepare for the next thing or, like even I come in like, like bullshit, have a list like, okay, I need you to reach out to such and such, such and such, such and such. And or I'm like, okay, then I put that on the list and then on top of the stuff that I already had to do, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but we get it done though.
How
For
about
sure. But it's definitely tiresome. That's
yeah,
what
but
a lot of
how
people don't know.
yeah, no, it is. I mean, I can imagine how overwhelming it is, you know, um, and then also having to raise a family. So how like remember again going back to what you said before, India, about you understanding your mom's sacrifice. So do your children understand, what you have to do and a certain sacrifice you have to make?
We hope.
Um, I hope so. Right. I was gonna
He said
say
no.
I hope so. I don't know. I feel like that's one of those questions that as I've gotten older, I think only our daughter can answer that because
How
I
many do
feel
you have?
like
Just how many? Yeah, just
just
one?
we just have one. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
But
Mhm.
I feel like there's moments as a parent you feel like you killing it. And then you ask your kid and it's, a whole different answer or whatever. So I will say, I know she understands it because she acts just like me. So our baby is a hustler. Like she has her businesses and just different things that she does for her, and she's always on the go. But I don't know if she appreciates like some of the sacrifices. I don't know how to say it, but
Right.
I don't
Yes,
know.
the grind, some of that
Yeah.
grind, yeah. I mean, I think she will eventually. You think?
Yeah,
Eventually?
oh yeah, for sure. I think most of us get to that eventually point, right? But it takes a minute to get there.
Yeah,
I think
it
I
does.
think that too, like what we was talking about earlier, like far as with our parents, how back when we were younger as adolescents, we didn't see it like that. But then once you become older and mature, then you're like, okay, I see where you
Yeah.
were coming from. That's why
Mhm.
you did that. So I
Exactly.
feel like she'd get it, even if she might, now, but if she don't know, I feel like once she gets more mature and everything, she'll get it.
Right.
That's when
I
she'll
think
come
so.
back like, my G, I know I've been telling you. That's what I'm saying.
But what might happen, it commonly happens when they become if your daughter becomes a
Mhm.
parent eventually, I think
Yeah,
that's when it might sit in, you know?
yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's how it
Yeah.
usually happens. Yeah. But let me ask you guys, when was the last time you had your physical? Just wondering.
last year. We go to the doctor over here.
Okay. I was just checking. I was just checking.
No,
Mike
no,
might have
I was
actually
just
been
checking.
sooner, more recently than me. It's time for me to go, but it's definitely coming up. I just got a reminder. But yeah, well, over here we going to the doctor. We gonna keep insurance. We
Good.
we we going we gonna get that checked out. And I mean, even if sometimes you don't want to, we always encourage each other. Like, no, we getting to the age, so definitely it's important to go. I feel like going and getting your eyes checked out, going and getting your
Yes.
your teeth, seeing the
Mm-hmm.
dentist, and shoot, we getting
Speaking
to
of
the
teeth,
age where
you teething over here, India. Like I was distracted by that the whole time. You've been teething the whole time. I mean, yeah. So I see that. I see you been keeping up with your dental. Yeah.
definitely gonna keep up with that dental, baby, because that's like one of the first things that people see. But
Yes.
now I'm just like, we at the age, shoot, in a minute, we probably need to be making podiatry appointments and getting our
Oh,
teeth checked out
yeah.
and that kind of stuff. But shoot,
Absolutely.
it's important. No, we going to the doctor over here.
Absolutely. How about you, Mike? When was your last physical? Did you tell me?
I'm gonna say it was last year though.
Oh, okay. It was last year. Okay.
Yeah,
Just checking. Just checking.
no, yeah.
Yeah, but what are some of the things you do? Well, you know what? Okay, let me I'm gonna say that too because that's when we get to the couple thing. That I'll put that aside. But in the meantime, in between time, I want to know how to give me the cliff notes of the transition into film. How did that come about? Like because because I think that when you are so like embedded into a craft like this, creativity doesn't just it's not acquired. Is to me is innate. Is you were born with it.
Hmm.
Creativity to me is not acquired. It's not something that you just pick up from YouTube or anything. Like it's something that's embedded in you. So when did you discover that you had this gift of creativity?
For me, I was little. For me, I
Really?
would sit, write stories. I would write poetry. I would, create universes, so to speak, like in my head. Just growing up, like I wasn't a TV watcher. I wasn't that. So I would just imagine. And so how we got into film was, I was writing and everything. And so I have to shout out this lady, Entice. This is my girl. She was a fellow author at one point, and she became
Oh,
my book
sounds
agent.
familiar. Entice. That name sounds familiar to me. But go,
Yep.
I'm sorry, India.
No, you're fine. It's in apostrophe TYSE. So
Yes.
she
Okay.
became my book agent, but while she was an author, she put out a anthology, and my story Dishonorable was in her anthology. And so then she became
Mm,
my book agent, but at that same time she was transitioning kind of away from books and into film. She went to school for film, and she was like, man, this is written so cinematically. Like, I want to make this a movie. And, people say stuff all the time. You just like, okay, cool. But,
right. That's true.
but she did her
Mhm.
thing. So she went to school. She put out her first couple of movies, and she came back for Dishonorable exactly how she said she would. And when they got ready to gear up for that, so in pre-production, they invited me on the calls to join. So I learned how they structured everything. I learned how they look for locations or obtain locations, how we do casting. And Mike and I were a part of like selecting, some of the people. Ultimately, it was their film. So like they made all the
Right.
decisions. But
Mhm.
then she invited not just me, but she invited our family. So myself and our daughter and Mike, we went to Dallas, Texas, where they filmed. And so we were there, and then they got hit with like an ice storm. So
Mm,
immediately, half the people that were there working couldn't get to set one of the days. And it truly became like all hands on deck at that point. And that is where we were immersed into like set. Like Mike decorated a set, I decorated a set. His was the trap house. I did a birthday party. But so we did that, and Mike was in the I mean, we were all in the movie, our daughter too, but like I don't know, we were just like so enamored with the process, and we just the whole time like going back to the Airbnb at the end of every night, like we could do this. And we got home and we just got to work, and so the script that we wrote, we tried to go for like our budget, which it was like, man, even though it was little, it was a lot to us, right? So we were like, oh, who can we put in there? We put all our family in like our first
Nice.
movie that we
Yes,
did,
that's right. That's right. Go ahead. Come through with the plug, Mike. Yes. Yeah.
but
And no strings. We are
yes,
family.
yes.
We still family. Check those
Yeah.
out. Check those out.
Yes. So it was like, but it was that. That's how we got our intro. So I will forever hold space in my heart for Entice and Untamed and Nico and just all of the women that poured into us and just let us know, like, this is how it's done. This is how you can do it. And I feel like they did an exceptional job,
No, they really
especially
did.
because I know they were in the middle of a state emergency where, like, you were not even supposed to be on the
Wow.
road. And so we
Mm,
got that crash course into like using what you have, you know what I mean, to get
that's
what you
amazing.
want. So from there, we just, we just did our thing, and we teamed up with our brother, T Rich out of Detroit. So like, that's the gang. That is the crew. We figure everything else out and everybody out. After Mike and I and our daughter, we get with T Rich and we put all the pieces together. So,
Yeah.
Oh, is anything you want to add, Mike? Thank you for that, India.
mhm.
No, I mean she pretty much nailed it on that one. Like, yeah, like we went back to the house, and it was just it was definitely an experience though. It was just like because it was for me like I watch movies, like I'm a movie head, so that's why it's almost like it's lightweight perfect because she, like I said, she's the creator. I know film, you know what I'm saying? Let's do it. But it was just that damn, I lost track of time.
No, you was talking about how you enjoy movies and that like you really was enjoyed the idea of filming. I think you
Oh
was
yeah,
getting into that.
but no, yeah, like yeah, I mean, like far as on that, like I said, like they really did a good job far as the setup and like far as even the BTS behind the scenes that I remember actually watching that on what is that called? Inside Edition and Access
Mm,
Hollywood and you know what I'm saying, like the new films that'll be coming up and they do like go behind the scenes and they show the actual camera and everything else and you actually see that like damn that's dope. But when you actually on set and you actually see it and actually know how it works and all the, you know what I'm saying, behind it, it's like it's real dope and it's real like it's addictive, I should say. It's almost
oh,
like
it
it's a
is.
rut. You know what I'm saying? Like so yeah, like it's tired it's tiresome, but on the same note, like far as the product that's put out,
It's all worth it.
it's all worth it.
So
It's
let
all
me
worth
ask
it.
you, guys then, just based on where you are right now, because it sounds to me like you love this so much you're willing to do it for free, and you probably are right now. But it's gonna.
Oh,
But I'm saying,
yeah.
but it's gonna change. I'm telling you, the trajectory is gonna be like up the roof. It's gonna be up from here. So, but can you give the audience some advice on how to? Because I mean, it's so much access right now. Like you mentioned about social media, Mike. And all you got to do is, all you need is this right now. This is the lights, camera, action. All you need is this nowadays. But I just want to know from you, give your perspective on how to really like if you're really serious about this. What is your steps towards filmmaking? What are some of the steps, the key steps towards this thing, towards getting into this?
Um, I think first of all, it's just like having an idea.
Hmm.
Like what are your movie?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What do you want your movie to be about? Like and then it's a budget.
Yes.
Like what type of budget do you have? Like, okay, like a lot of people I want a crashing plane coming down. I wanted to slide down the side street and everything else naturally, and I
Mhm.
only got like $5,000. So
Right.
it's just like we all know realistically, like that's not going to happen though. But um, it's all about that. Like far as like, what do you want a story about? A budget, if it's doable within your budget, and we can just take it from there. Like far as on locations, like how many scenes are we going to shoot, and just get really in like in the actually dissect the project on really like what all what I'm saying needs to be put into
India.
it.
I would say that too. Starts with the idea. I think a lot of people sometimes put the cart before the horse, right? Like
True.
for years people would come up to me like, I want to write a book. How do I get my book on Amazon? First off, what is your book about? Oh, I ain't thought about that. So we need to start at step one. So I feel like Mike said, have the idea, make it plain, write it down. You need to know like what you need. What does this look like? What is the setting? Go old school with it, pen and paper if you have
Right.
to.
Mhm.
And then from there, after you know what you need, meaning like how many actors you need, locations you need, what props are you listing, mentioning, then I think it's a plan. How are you going to get there? So, you're going to have to find your people in the film industry, right? You're going to need a DP, which is your cameraman. You're going to need sound. You're going to need, for some people, lights. You're going to need, it's a whole bunch. But I mean, you could kind of do it with a little micro crew. But then you have to have a plan, of course, of when are you shooting. I think that makes it real. Setting a date, right? Like,
True.
I am going to shoot this September. Like, knowing that, then that tells you how long you have from now until then to get what you need. But I think it's a plan. And I think that be realistic too. I mean, I think gone are the days where you can get a whole movie done for free. I mean, it's if you can, it probably is gonna look like it was for free.
Yes.
And then you have
Yes.
to think about, is that worth the sacrifice? So even if it takes like a little bit longer, maybe you need to crowdfund, maybe you need to talk to family members, friends. For people like us who have 9 to 5s, maybe you need to tap into your 401k, maybe you need to start a savings like, okay, in 2 years, I want to make a film. So I'm going to have this much pulled from my check to go into this movie fund
Right.
account. You have to think of ways to get there. And because realistically, it takes money to make money. And
Yes.
I feel like, you have to come up off a couple dollars to have a quality project. And then from there, you get with the aggregators, which are the distributors, to see who are taking film. And you don't have to go with the first person you hear about. People don't understand too. They can shop around. You can kind of get what this one is offering, what that one is offering, what the rate is, because sometimes they do different things. And you have to see what values align with your own. And then just go from there. But it all starts with having a plan and, well, having an idea and then executing the plan.
Yeah, well, there you have it, you guys. I mean, I couldn't say any better. I mean, that crash course right there. You better make sure that you take heed to this master class that Mike and India just gave you guys because they dropped some serious knowledge on that. So thank you so much for sharing that, you guys. I really do appreciate that. And also, India, you got into, I want to get into the author bag. So can you just give us like your journey into authorship? Is that a word? Or authorship? Something like that. Yeah.
So I don't know. I used to be an avid reader. And I used to write stories as a little kid, but as an adult, teenager, all of that, I was gonna say, I don't think that's me. I
That's not
can't
you?
really see the screen. But you
Okay,
could
let me
probably put.
go down.
I was gonna say you could probably
Oh, here
put.
we go.
Yeah,
I
that
got you
there's
here.
there's
Zoe,
some.
yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So yes, I was just like, I read a book and I was like, I could write this, I could, whatever. So I challenged myself to write a book, and that for me was Dope, Deaf, and Deception. And the deal that I signed at that time, I had to give the second book to that publisher. So I wrote Still Deceiving. But after that, I went on my own and I was like, oh, I'm going to write The Real Hoodwives of Detroit. And like everybody loved that because The Housewives was like a popular show that was kind of new on TV. And so people loved the Hoodwives series. And then I wrote Gangstress and so many others, but it all started with me challenging myself to write something that I wanted to read.
And so, did you self-publish or did you go through a publishing company?
So I had a publishing company at the beginning, and then I went independent. And then since then, I have published with other people because I do like to spread my business. It's kind of like networking, right? Like when you're affiliated over here or affiliated over there. So I have some things that were published with other publishers. I have some things that was put out by others independently, like in an anthology, like the one I mentioned earlier. So I just kind of spread my business, but for the most part, I am independently published. Grade A Publications is my publishing company. And that's where, all of my works like No Strings that just came out, which is a book adaptation of the film. That came out under Grade A Pub independently. And it's not the same story. So although it kind of resembles
Oh, really?
closely to the
Oh,
movie, I
okay.
threw some twists and some turns because I didn't want anybody to feel
Oh,
like they already knew what was going to happen. So I shook the table.
oh,
I
got
added some
you.
extra drama and I kind of remixed some things.
Nice.
So
Okay, good idea. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the marketing for you. That's some marketing for y'all right there. Yeah. Okay. I see where you're going with that, India. All right. So now, you mentioned that you went back to school, and why social work? Why MSW, LSW?
Because for me, so as an adult going back in my 30s, I knew what I wanted to do. And I'm a natural helper. I'm one of the now I'm not the nurse kind. I love my
Right.
nurses and I love my nurse friends
Take
and
my
that,
hat
but
off.
that ain't
Yeah.
your girl. I
hmm
can't do stuff like that.
hmm
So
hmm
for me, I like to help people, but I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to do that. So I was like, yeah, social work. That's it. I want to do therapy because I feel like I'm already everybody's therapist. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do therapy. And so when I got into it, I loved it and I'm still finding my way. Right now I do therapy with patients that are in end stage renal, disease. They
mm
have a kidney failure.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so but one thing I learned about this field is like having a health condition, right? That doesn't care. It doesn't matter that you're
Yeah.
homeless, that you're rich,
Yes.
that you're black, that
hmm
you're white, that you know what I mean, that you're dealing with abuse, that that you can't read, that kind of thing. So I've met so many people and have been able to just kind of pour into them. Some people end up getting transplants, some people, they pass away, some people just stay on dialysis for years, but I really love to sit chairside with my patients and give therapy. Ultimately, though, the end goal is to like have my own practice. But right now, I do enjoy my population, like the patients that I serve.
Oh, wonderful. And I thank you for that as well. As I've been in social services for some time as well. I'm not a social worker, but I've
Awesome.
been in case
Mhm.
management,
Mhm.
and that could be a lot. But
Yeah.
and I've been in different areas, in the shelter system. I work for children child protective services, and then
Mhm.
now I'm doing eligibility specialist for childcare.
Okay.
Childcare. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I've been in different fields when it
But
comes to
thank you
human
for what you
services.
do too, because I
Yeah.
feel like case management is not for the weak. So, like, for me, I feel like my job, that would probably be like my least favorite thing. Like, I like the therapy, I like, helping with resources and that. But, like, some of the case management type things that they put on, our role as social workers in dialysis, I'm like, it's not that enjoyable for me. But kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. You too. I mean, because it's very draining when you have, because and it could be overwhelming, not only for the patient, but the people the surrounding forces.
Hmm.
It can be very draining and overwhelming for everyone involved. So thank you for your services as well. So
Thank
Mike,
you.
can you give us more, um, in depth if you, as in depth if you as you can with your occupation as well? Can you share?
Um, it's pretty much like just a forklift operator.
Nah, don't do that.
I ain't trying to get them folks no recognition. For real, I mean they
No, you
pay
don't have to
bills,
do that, but don't
No,
just
but
say
no,
Jess.
but no, that's not
Yeah,
what I meant. Don't
yeah. Don't
minimize what you
say
do.
yeah. Don't say
Mm,
I'm Jess.
uh,
Yeah.
right, that's what I meant.
yeah, I mean I'm not really downplaying it, but it's just like yeah. I mean I think because I done did it for so long, it's just like it is what it is. How you come accustomed or something.
Yeah, I guess
But
I know what I think. You know what it is, India. Mike is just like, look, I'm just here, just to get a check, to get my benefits, to go home.
Man,
Because
I tell them that
once
every
my
day.
movies start to really make millions, I'm
I
just going
swear.
to take.
Mm-hmm.
I come in there with that
Yeah.
energy every day. I tell them, I'm like, I don't come here to work. I just come here to get paid.
Right, right. And I get it. I get it, Mike. I get where you're coming from. You know, I mean, each job is important, but hey, but you don't have to be happy doing it. I mean,
Not
do
yet.
you feel, is it, if that's what it is, Mike? Are you self-fulfilled?
You, you know what? Like, I feel like, as far as with my job, it's like it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm capping. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. It is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so like, far as on me, like, I'm the type of like my energy when I come in there, like, let's have fun while we here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a joke
Yes,
around and
I
this and
agree.
that. Like, so I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna try to make light of the situation. As soon as we can get a chance out of there, we out of there.
Right. That's what I'm
And I
saying.
don't think about
That's what I'm saying. He's just waiting for that time to come, like,
man. I'm looking
when not
when I'm
no
looking at the
movies.
clock. I'm looking at the clock.
Yeah, that's what I said. I knew that's what it was. But let me
Mhm.
go back real quick into the filmmaker, because I want to just kind of give you acknowledge Miss India, your being an award nominee.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I just wanted to kind of give you props for that, and congrats. Give you my congrats on this.
Mhm.
Thank
You
you. And then
yeah.
look, since we are talking about awards, something that just came in the mail is kind of heavy. I'm trying to balance it with my
Yeah, what you
phone.
got? What you got?
So since we are talking,
The
we
images.
just got our
I think at the Telly Award.
Yeah.
telly.
Wait a minute,
Yes,
got
we
one more.
want a telly award for no
Mhm.
No strings. Congratulations.
thank you.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, perfect segue. Yeah. So how does that make y'all feel? See how you start to pick up already. So you're gonna have to you have to put in your 2 weeks notice pretty soon, sooner than you think, Mike. So how does it
Listen,
make y'all feel?
I done told my VP that already. I swear. Every time I see him.
I
But
don't know.
that makes me feel
It's a great
good.
feeling. I think it's one of those things where, I mean, we don't get caught in the hype. Like Mike and I are just like, if it's something that we are proud of, we love, we just stand by it. Like, even if the world didn't catch on and we thought it was wonderful, that's all that matters. So for No Strings to, for others to see what we saw in No Strings, because you've got to think it came from here, and then I verbalized it to him, and he was excited, and then everybody else kind of came into play. But for the world to consume it and feel what we were feeling at the beginning, it's amazing. Like it really is amazing to be, just recognized. Like we work
Yes.
hard, and there's so many independent
Hmm.
people that are
Yes.
working hard and feeling like nobody notices. I'm gonna just say, just keep working, keep grinding, because when one day when it's supposed to happen, the right people are gonna see what you
Mhm.
have going on, and doors are gonna open. But don't give
Sure.
up. You know what I mean? Don't give
Absolutely. What
up.
he has for you is for you.
Amen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So now, given this space that you're in, what's next for you guys?
You want to drop? We
So
gonna do yeah, go ahead.
okay. Look, so
Is
we
that an
are working
exclusive?
on. Yeah, I guess it could be a smidge of an exclusive. But we're working on a series, so we are coming with that, and we definitely have more movies and just different things
Mhm.
to come. But right now, trying to get this series up is the goal.
Yes. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to the unveiling of this series.
Yeah,
So, but I appreciate so far. I mean, it's just been such a joy to just really just kind of, just let this sizzle in my spirit, like, shout out to Country Wayne, so I
yeah.
really appreciate that. But I want to have a little bit more fun with you guys. So I like this segment that I like to do with my guests, and it's called This or That.
Okay.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
All right, so this or that, I'm going to come up with random stuff. Don't have to be no particular thing, no particular order, but you can't plead the fifth. You can't choose both, one or the other. This or that. You know, and I want and each of you have to come with your own answers. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So string beans or broccoli.
String beans,
Train bags,
Okay. Pasta or rice.
pasta,
pasta.
All right. All right. So, um, Cameo or Gap Band?
Probably Gap Band. I don't know. I'm gonna go Gap Band. Forget it. Final answer.
Hey, they both got bangers. I ain't gonna even lie. Cause he went with Gap Band. I'm gonna go with Cameo then. Gotta switch it up.
Oh, yeah, I gotta switch it up. Okay. All right. So 112 or Jagged Edge?
Jagged Edge.
Yeah, Jagged Edge.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so, and I just was listening to her. Angie Stone or Jill Scott?
Angie Stone for me. I don't know. They both got hits, but I'm gonna go with Angie.
You said and kind of who?
Angie Stone and Jill Scott.
He made a combination. He said Angie Scott.
I'm gonna go with Scott.
Jill Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a music lover, so a lot of these I'm going to be music related.
No, me too. Me too. Yeah.
All right. All right. So, no strings or we still family?
No strings.
No strings.
Oh, okay. All right. So, writing or directing, India?
Writing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mike,
Directing.
I didn't even get it out.
I know you
I messed that one up. Yeah. So, I'm gonna mess with y'all real quick. Mike, are you a breast man or butt man?
But
India, are you a chest? You're a butt woman or chest woman?
I mean, I guess if I was like gonna notice something on a girl, probably would be her butt.
No, not the girl. Not the girl. The man. Or, I mean, well, unless
No, I was gonna say. I mean, no, but I feel like definitely not
the next movie.
A dude's butt. I would never look at a dude's butt. Like that would be like, I guess I would have to go chest. That's the only safe answer for a guy.
I mean, don't you have to play it safe? But she said, I don't really look at the girl. I'm like,
I thought you meant that too, though. I didn't know you was being like on a dude. I'm like, cause
I'm like, who? Why would it be? I don't know. I would never think.
I'm like, is there something that you want to tell me? I mean, you want to. I'll leave a safe space, you guys. There's no judgment now.
Nothing going down over here.
Strings and.
Definitely not.
There's a lot of going on nowadays in marriages, so I don't know how I know.
No, definitely not. But I'm like, you threw me with the butt quick. I don't know. I ain't never looked at a man's butt in my life. Like that is.
Speak for yourself. Yeah, go ahead.
Like what?
Why you? But why? I mean, why you reacting that way? Like why all this? What is energy in there? Over a man's butt. Why is all this energy?
No, because what I'm saying is, I to me the question automatically only applied to a woman because I would just never think to put a man like.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think you were talking about a dude either. I was like, yeah. I'm sorry. To be honestly, I thought you was talking about like far as India herself. Like, okay, what's your favorite part about your body?
Oh yeah, right. Or that. That's how I'm like, I don't know.
No, but I was talking about just in general because it's this or that. I was talking about in general. But of course, of course, you would use, your wife as a reference. I would understand that. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse y'all. I mean, I'm sorry. Excuse the confusion.
No, you good.
All right, so. All right, back to the game. Glasses or contacts?
Glasses.
Okay. So when it comes to let me try it. I'm gonna try to spice it up because I'm gonna get y'all stuck. I like to stick people, to really make them really hard to choose. Chicken or fish?
Oh, that's chicken all day.
Oh, a lot of people like chicken. Yeah, a lot of people like chicken.
I can eat chicken for the rest of my life.
That's me a go-to. Okay, so is it sweet potato pie or apple pie?
Maybe apple.
Yeah, I was about to say apple.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you worked with any of these other. I try to ask, like, in the industry that you work with, but you let me know, like, based on what I give. So, LeMaster Spratling or DeJuan Ford?
DeJuan Ford.
Mm,
Mike.
for it.
Oh,
That's my guy.
okay. All right. So
Pause.
okay. But no, we understand. We understand.
Mm.
Okay. So Lisa Brown or the Shoe Lady?
I would say I don't know, it's equal to me I guess for different reasons. They both doing their thing, so I gotta go equal with them.
Yeah, and shout out to all of them. And Mike.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm gonna keep it neutral on that one.
No.
Well, no, I mean, 'cause they is like they both. It's like you can't really like they both got bangers. They both got hits. You
Yes,
know what I'm saying? So,
but it's this
all
or
right,
that. But wait, did you wait? What was your answer, India?
I say both of them.
No, that's what. I just wait a minute. I just thought about that.
I can't
You can't let
really.
you get away with that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna probably go the shoe lady, and I think Mike because I'm answering for both of us only because I'm about to remind Mike that she was the one who helped us out in our scene. So just fun fact, we were shooting the last scene of the night at the Collective Studio, and Tanja was there, and we needed a person, and she jumped in the scene for us. It's crazy because something wasn't happening with the audio, so it didn't get added, but my girl threw on the scrub top and was happy to help us out for just off the cuff. So I gotta go Tanja if we gotta pick somebody.
Shout out to Tanja.
For sure.
And make sure you check out my interview with Tanja. Shoe Lady Ayers. I just had an interview with her a couple of months ago, so make sure you check that out. And I put out a clip as well, so I don't know if you saw it of my interview.
No, I gotta watch it.
Yes, absolutely. Please do. Yes. Now
cool as hell. I said she's cool as hell. That's my girl.
Yes, she is. She really is. She really is. I really enjoyed her. I enjoyed my time with her.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the Dirty D or the Dirty A?
I would have to say D because I haven't seen A.
Oh, okay. Well, so let me change it then. Okay, if you haven't seen either one yet, because the idea of this game is that you have to be familiar with both things. So let me change it. All right, real quick. All right. So Power or BMF?
I'm gonna go Power because there's so many installments.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it BMF? It's some installments there too, right?
No, not as many as Power. You got
Not many,
Power,
that's
you
true.
got Tommy, you got Tariq,
those
you
two,
got Kanan, you got So I
that's
gotta go
true.
Power, some versatility there.
Even the original, I just go Power.
Your Power.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With the original Ghost.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. All right. So Why Did I Get Married or The Best Man?
The Best Man.
Man.
Best Man for you, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. Peaches or plums?
Peaches.
Plums, probably.
Okay. And last one. Whipped cream or sprinkles?
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream.
Y'all gonna do some things. Y'all nasty. All right. I think I'm complaining. Yeah, whipped cream. Yeah, so thank you for playing with me. I've just enjoyed that. Yeah, so now I also wanted to kind of just take the time to just kind of give you your flowers, while before I forget, while you're still in existence. I want to just acknowledge the work that you're putting in and the type of gems that you shared with us and everything in between. So I just want to make sure before I forget, I want to give you guys your flowers.
Aww, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now this is something I really want to get into. I want to dig a little deeper into as far as marriage goes, right? And well, not just marriage alone, but just not only marriage, but just I want to say love. I'm trying to frame it properly, you guys. Just work with me here. I'm trying to frame this thing properly. Marriage, couple, relationships, and now let me just ask this one question here. Do you believe in monogamy? One, that's the first question. Do you believe in monogamy? Do you think it's natural? Do you believe in monogamy? And I don't want no PC answer, no politically correct answer here.
Politically correct? Yeah, like we definitely around here, we only with one person. That is what we do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This us.
Do you believe? But I'm saying, but now that's something that you choose to do, but do you believe is natural?
I mean, I think so, yeah. But I mean, it
Mm,
also depends on the person. So the kind of personality, just to sum this up,
mm,
the kind of personality that I have, and Mike can speak for himself, but for me, I believe that people can do whatever they need to do for themselves, whatever they believe. I try not to pass judgment. I think judgment is a human thing to do. But if it don't affect me and my household and what I have going on over here, whatever, you can add as many people as you need to your bedroom and all of that. It has nothing to do with me, and I'm gonna just be over here minding my
mm,
business.
mm. Duly noted. Mike?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, not really like. I feel like too. Like, I wouldn't really per se, but you know what I'm saying, to each his own though. Like I said, like I don't judge. I ain't got no gown or gavel. You feel me?
Oh, got you. Yeah. So, let me get into like how did this merger process begin? Like, when did your story begin? How did y'all meet? Like, how did when did y'all how did this happen?
No, just two knuckleheads from Detroit
Mhm.
happen to just bump into each other at the gas station, and he
Ah,
couldn't get enough of your
oh,
girl, so
right,
here we
right.
are.
I'm gonna let
Okay, I
it.
understand that. I can understand that. Yeah, that's what it was, Mike. You was just
No, I definitely,
you couldn't
no,
resist, huh?
no, I definitely moved up on her though. I ain't gonna cap. I moved up on her.
You moved up on her.
Yeah, I moved up on her, and you know what I'm saying, we had a conversation, but then she seen who I really was, and then she was just on that ever since.
See how
She
you was.
seen I,
What you mean?
she seen I was him. And then she found out, and then it was just that ever
See, so
since.
what we saying is we just linked up and been stuck on each other ever since.
Type
Okay,
shit.
see, I wish y'all
Gorilla
stop
glue.
doing that. Like, excuse me, first of all, pause because I'm getting tired of y'all couples. When I ask about your love story, don't be talking about we met and we live happily ever after. I want some meat and potatoes with some
Yeah,
gravy
ain't no
and
meat
some
over
corn
here.
on the side.
I'ma
Don't be
just
just giving me,
say
oh, well, we met and we did, and this rest is history. Don't
the
give
rest
me
is
that.
history.
No,
That's
I
just
want,
what it
I know,
is.
I want some of the meat and potatoes in between, you
There
know,
is literally
first
no
date. When was
meat.
your
I
first
don't know.
date? And your, each other, like, how was your courtship? I want to get more into the nitty gritty.
I don't know. I mean, I guess for it might seem fake. It might, but like probably people get on here loud all the time, and be like, "That's my best friend," and oh, this and that. Like that's my dog. Like my husband, that's my road dog.
Yes,
No,
Like
real
yes.
shit.
we,
Mhm.
we've
You like
been
each other.
we've had levels. We have grown together, and it is so beautiful to get to where we are now, and even seeing our daughter become an adult, and just different things. Like we have we just, I don't know, we just been in the paint. You know how they say you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. We was with each other shooting in the gym. So I don't know how to, you know what I mean? Like it's that. Like, he's him, I'm her, we do our thing and
I
that's
started young
that.
too, so I know there had to been, I mean, yes, and I'm glad that you're in the space that you're in as best friends because, like I said, you have to like each other. That's important. But
For
you
sure.
started young. It had to been, some,
Bless you.
some realistic things have going on.
I mean, I won't say that though. I feel like our stuff is kind of just not as typical because going
Okay.
back to the beginning where Mike laid it out, about his family dynamics. So like I think sometimes when stories go crazy, and I'm not trying to blame this on a man or
Mhm.
a woman, but I will say I just feel like sometimes men that come from unstable environments are just sometimes doing the most in relationships and is that Mike it was the stable one. Mike came from lineage of,
Yes. Mhm.
people on both sides of his family being married and like that was the goal. So even today with all of the cousins that we mentioned, all of those young men, young women, probably
Yeah.
80% of them are married with
We
children.
actually
Like
going to
it's
my
just
little cousin next weekend. She's
yeah,
actually
so
getting married, yeah.
that's just,
Nice.
where he comes from. And I mean, I'm me. I know what I wanted and I felt like growing up, I saw myself just being career oriented. I wasn't the one. I felt like I always was going to be married. I didn't really think I would be somebody's mom or that kind of thing. But getting with somebody that comes from a family unit and everything is tight knit, and they get together multiple times a week, that kind of becomes your life. And now I'm in the kitchen with recipes and this and that. So
Oh,
now, I mean, I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, I mean, so I get it. It might sound politically correct, but it's really,
It's really what it is.
it is what it is. And
Yeah,
that's just
it is.
us. Anybody that encounters us in person or on the internet or whatever, like, the vibe is dope. They know it's genuine. Like, we not fake married. Like,
And
we real married. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
real life,
Like,
right.
that
we,
You're about that life. Yeah.
that be like that's for real though. Like because anybody that ever came in contact with us and all that, like it's like I'm huge on God, but I'm big on energy too. You know what I'm saying? Like so if I get like bad energy, you know what I'm saying? Like even if like a couple's like, you know what I'm saying, like you can be around other couples, but then like it's just like they aura or they energy is just off or whatever. Like any like we are who we say we are. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my dog. That's my rider. I trust her, and that's one thing I like. I'm big on is trust. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
so,
Yes.
like if I say I trust you, that's big. That's huge.
It
You know what
is.
I'm saying?
Yes.
Like that because I don't trust a lot of people. You
You
know
gotta
what I'm
earn it.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, and two is just I don't know. I seen how my father treat my mother too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
by that
Yes.
being said too, like I'm gonna treat my wife the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like
'Cause you had a good example. You had a great example.
exactly. Now, do I open the car door every time she get out of it? Hell no. But do I love her? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna say the obvious, but
No,
outside of that though, but no, for real though, I did have like I definitely had good example. You know what I'm saying? Like even my grandparents, they still married. My uncle and like I really seen that in my family. You know what I'm saying? Like so, I really honor that. You know.
yes, absolutely.
For sure, you know, and like, and it's crazy too, because I be going back and I be telling some of my homeboys, whatever, and some of my family, I'm like, bro, like out of 19 years of marriage, I never stepped out once. I never even put myself in situations to even, you know what I'm saying, do stuff like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Yes.
and I can
Absolutely.
really wear that as a badge of honor.
Yeah. You better. Yes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? For
Absolutely.
Period.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so I don't know. I guess I mean that's our meat. That's the meat.
Yeah. 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 We got. You got a little meat. I mean, I don't want to put too much gravy. Ain't too much gravy on there, but a little meat and potatoes
Nah,
in
that
there.
shit dry.
Yeah. 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 So now I want to ask you guys because a lot of times when you have marriages and relationships, it's centered around a hierarchy, and
Mhm.
it's and it's kind of touchy here. And I want to know, India, your perspective on submission and how it's been viewed. And I think we have to kind of blame the feminists for that. But your perspective on submission, what is that?
I don't know. I feel like Mike and I talk about this all the time, and I think that you have to do what works for your household. And sometimes I think people like to join the train with gender roles, but then they
Hmm.
get it confused, right? Like people want to bark and say, I'm the man of the house. But meanwhile, going back to the movie, you got William, your wife, is working two jobs and you sitting on the couch playing video games like a teenager in the summer. So it's just kind of like, well,
Hmm.
that in that particular household, how do you expect a woman to be
Stick to
submissive
that way. Hmm.
to, you know
Hmm.
what I mean, when she is the one going and getting the bread, the butter, the milk, and then you expect her to cook it and serve it to you too. That just don't make sense to me. So I feel like in my relationship, I do believe that I am submissive, and it probably is to a point where, like just like going back to this creative process, when I'm being creative, maybe at that point, maybe I'm not the wife. Maybe I visually see something different than he sees as another creative being. And so now I can't just be like, okay, sure, whatever you say, or whatever. Now we got to have conversation about it because this is work, right? It's one of those things. So I mean, I like to be a submissive wife, but it just still depends on the situation, right? Like that's just keeping it real. But I just feel like people got to do what works for their household. I mean, so if the father is the one at home watching the kids, and there's nothing wrong with that, just putting that out
Yeah,
there.
right, right.
Because the woman may have more earning
Yes,
potential, so
yes,
she's out there getting the money. I think that couple has to sit down and talk about, what does that look like? Does the wife
yes.
still have to come home and take the garbage out, or is that something that the
Right,
husband is doing? I mean, like, I don't know. That's their household. That's their business. Yeah.
Mike.
No, no, yeah.
Like, what is your view on as far now? India shared her view on submission, and I want to. Oh, wait, what happened with you, Mike? Where'd you go? Yeah, I think look, I think he dropped his device or something. That's what it looks like. I don't know if he dropped
He
it or not.
he said his phone died.
Oh, okay. Yes, I was. What I wanted to say is I wanted to get his perspective on his role as the head of the household. You view him as that? I just want to make sure because I want to
Oh
respect
yeah.
the
I
house.
mean,
I just want to respect because
I
people
feel
have
like
yeah. Hmm.
biblically, I
Yeah.
placed him where,
Hmm.
he needs to
Hmm.
be. We view him
Hmm.
as such. We give him his props as such. He carries himself as such. But we understand our relationship and what, might be a stronger suit for me. I might have to take lead on that task, or what is a stronger suit for him. He takes lead on that task. But we are sharing, the household equally, the responsibility equally, and that. But yeah, he's definitely the hierarchy of our house.
Okay, wonderful, and I'm so glad that that dynamic is so strong, because like I said, you don't hear much about that because it's so toxic out there. It's like and it's so
Mhm.
discouraging, especially when, in the dating world. I mean, I know you haven't, been in a dating game in a while, but I know you've been privy to, people certain people around you that has been kind of, giving you a little bit of the gist of how the dating pool is now.
Mhm.
So,
I mean,
and
not really, because a
not
lot of my
really?
friends at this at this
Oh, they
stage
are.
in our life, they married,
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
I don't really know too
But based
much.
on what you hear, because I mean, whatever you get privy to out there, like whether it's social media or you have to have some idea of how the dating pool is now or lack thereof,
Mhm.
and how a lot of people are just kind of in this space where they don't longer believe in the idea of love or finding love, or they're just
Mhm.
want to be more in a casual sexual thing, or they it's just a trans love is more. I mean, marriage is more transactional for for
Mhm.
them nowadays. So just can you give your perspective on that
I
aspect?
mean, I really don't know. I feel like
Yeah. Okay.
I can't. It's kind of unfair for me to
Yes.
say. I have
Okay.
idea what I feel is out there, but I don't. I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like, I don't know. People have to just decide. I think it first starts with you, right? You have to determine what
Mhm.
kind of life you want to live, what kind of partner you are, before you are trying to figure out what kind of partner you want, right? Like,
True.
because sometimes, people want what they are not, or they
Yes.
want what they really don't like. They're just
Not
saying
in
it
alignment.
because,
Mhm.
yeah, like, like, because social media is telling them they want this kind of person, they want this kind of woman, or this kind of man. But then realistically, if they sat with themselves a little longer, they might realize that what they want, or what they should be seeking, is the complete opposite of what, social media is telling them they should want to attract at this age or in this time.
All right. Well said. Because I just wanted to kind of get because I know it's hard, to kind of, and I'm glad that you were honest about that, how hard it is to kind of answer certain questions about the dating pool and what's out there because you've been, in your you've been in your family unit for quite some time now, so I do understand where you're coming from there. But I just want to kind of get your perspective overall. That's the main thing. I'm trying to, wait for Mike to come back. Hopefully he'll be able to
He
come back.
might not be
He might
able
not? Okay.
to, they might
Oh,
not.
okay. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Alright, that's fine. Because I really wanted to ask these 2 final questions to the both of you.
Aw.
That's the thing. So, but, that's okay. So, I wanna ask you, India, and I thank you so much. Like I said, this has been a great, sit down. I really appreciate that.
I
Um,
appreciate you.
yeah, thank you so much. So these are 2 final questions that I love to ask before we wrap up. And so that is, if you had the opportunity to have 5 people at the seat of your table, dead or alive, who would they be and why? And I need the why for each one.
Oh, 5
Yeah, I know it's kinda heavy,
people.
right?
I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like 5 people is a lot of people to have at the table. I don't know.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I don't know. I think for me, because I just earlier was telling you I kind of like to stay to
Yes.
myself.
Right, right,
So,
right.
I don't know. I think at my table,
Indulge me, India.
I don't know. So, what kind of people? Do they have to be famous or
No, it don't
anybody?
have to be anyone. This is your table. I need the why for each one, though. Why you choose
Okay.
a particular person.
So, I'm going to definitely have my husband because that's my partner
Huh.
at the table. He sees things I don't see. He picks up on things I don't pick up on. It's just like having 2 heads, right?
Yes.
I'm definitely gonna have our daughter at the table because that's just how we roll. The Williams
All
brand is
together.
truly us
Mhm.
3. And so that only leaves room for 2 more. I don't know. I would probably
No, you
put
said no, you said, your husband and your daughter, right?
right, and me, right?
Oh,
I mean, so
no,
I'm
they said no, they
5
said it.
additional people. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
let's see. So that's 2. So 3 more people. I would probably put Tiana Taylor at my table because she is a visionary. Like I feel
Yes.
like a woman beast
Cool. That's
in this
cool.
in this
Yeah.
film. And I feel like she is on to some big things. She already has accomplished a lot, but I think she's on to some big things. I don't even think we have seen the biggest thing from her yet
No, oh, no, no.
in terms of like film and cinematography. I will put Ryan Coogler at my table just because I feel that he and I are similar in the fact that we get to the finish line our own way, right? We don't always color in the lines. We don't always do things the way society will probably have us to do them. He is just unapologetically him from how he looks to how he dresses to how he speaks. He is going to show up as himself in every room, and that is me. So that's what 4 people at the table. I need
Yeah.
one more person. I would probably put. I don't know. I probably would put Michelle Obama at the table just because I love her. Like, I just absolutely love her. And not that she wouldn't be able to contribute to my table, but I would really just want her at my table to say, I had her at my table.
Right. Okay.
I just want to meet
Nothing wrong with
her.
that at all. Right. Nothing wrong with that at all. Now
Yeah.
now I want to know is who would get the big piece of chicken and why?
Big piece of chicken. It's probably going to be me because chicken is my favorite food.
Yeah, apparently.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, I wish Mike was here to answer this question too. Yeah.
I know. I hate that. And
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
feel
have to
like I
bring him
don't
back
even want to
on. I
walk
think
through
we
the
have to
house.
bring him back on for that. It could just be. I don't have to be a live. It could be an upload. He could come back to do this because I really want him to do this. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if he could come back, even if it's like later on this evening or another day, I really want him to answer these questions too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now this final question I take from the late James Lipton from inside the actor studio. So India Williams, when you enter into the pearly gates, what would you want God to say?
That I used everything he gave me. I say that all the time because I know I get people confused in my life because one minute I'm an author, next minute I'm a filmmaker, next minute I'm a social worker, next minute I am an event planner,
Yep.
next minute I'm
Mhm.
doing travel stuff, right? I'm one of those
Mhm.
people that I feel like I have a lot of gifts.
Yes.
And when I die, I want God to know that I used every gift that he gave me. I didn't take anything for granted.
Amen. And I don't want to take for granted the time that I've had with you, India. And thank you and your husband so much for spending this time with me. And like I said, it's been great. It's phenomenal. I'm looking forward to what you got in store for us. And congratulations again on your award nomination and or everything else that you have going on. All the things that you
Thank
mentioned.
you.
Your
Thank you
journey
so
is
much.
so great. And I'm just grateful to be a part of it. Like just even if it's just a smidgen of your journey, I'm just so grateful to be a part of it.
Well, we
So
appreciate you. I
yeah,
mean, I
absolutely.
really, I always express gratitude. That is something, if you check my resume and talk to people who know me, they're like, that girl always saying thank you. But really, I do say thank you because I don't take it lightly that you took your time to look up my stuff, that you
Yes.
took your time to want to help us highlight and showcase the things that we have worked so hard
Yes.
for. So along my journey, I wouldn't be where I am. You wouldn't know who I am if it weren't for people like you. So I truly appreciate you giving us this opportunity and this platform as well.
Absolutely. And you'll be back soon. I mean, I'm hoping that you come
Yes.
back, real soon.
Yes. This was
Yes. Yeah,
fun.
absolutely. But can you stay behind for me, India?
Yes. Uh-huh.
I do appreciate. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mike and India Williams. That occupied. God bless you, Miss India.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yes, that was Mike
That
and
was
India Williams
so
building, and I do appreciate them coming through and just blessing us with their presence, but also sharing their journey with us. And you see all of the accomplishments that they have so far, and they just getting started, you guys. They still young. I mean, they're only 12. So I mean, so they got plenty of time to get a lot of things accomplished. So I just really hope that you support this couple here, especially, a husband and wife being in the business, not only surviving the business, but surviving marriage. So that is something to be commended for. So I just really appreciate them being here. And so if you don't hear from me now until next week, Wednesday, on June 27th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to have another talented individual that by the name of Delinda Kay. So please make sure that you're tuned into that. But in the meantime, I want you to go ahead and just do what my girl Tamara says.
Comment and share. Don't make you aware. Faith is the substance.
Have a good